Hi, this is Shivam, and in this video, we will learn how to create a delivery courier process flow. And I will cover two examples, courier delivery process flow, and another is HR example. Okay, so let's say we have different products and we want to deliver it to the customer. So we have several steps to go through the process. First, we have notified them through email and SMS, then awaiting pickup, in transit, out for delivery. We want to see the progress as in percentage and the status of that particular step. And if the product has been returned by the customer, so the status will be data. So how to do it in Excel? So let's get started. The first step is I need some checkboxes. So I will not using from the developers tab, and in the insert I am not using this from control because the limitation of these checkboxes are that I have to add manually 111 checkboxes in each of the cell and then need to link this object with the blank cell as well manually. So it will take a lot of time. So what I will be doing is I'm using Excel 365, which is the latest version, and in the insert tab I have this feature available of checkboxes that automatically generates true or false values on the cells which you have applied. Okay, so I will select the range. Okay, where I need the checkboxes, and I am going to insert tab and I will click on checkbox. So I got the checkboxes, and now when I check, you can see the on the formula bar it generates true, and when I uncheck it generates false. Okay, so once I got all the checkboxes, what I need is the progress percentage for each of this step. uh, so for that I will be using two functions and nesting them together. The first one is countif. So I will select the end range of the first product and countif. The range, if it is the criteria is true, then divide that with the number of steps. That will be using count a function for that. Again, we will select all the steps involved and let's close the bracket. So I have converted that already in a percentage format. And when I go and check mark notified email and SMS, so it says 25% progress has been done because there are 4 steps involved. Okay. In your cases, it could be more than 4 steps. Okay. So awaiting reply. Okay. So 2 steps has been completed in transit and then output delivery. So this is 100% progress, right? All right. So this will work like that. Now we need to define the status as well. Once we check steps one by one, so for that equals to X lookup. Lookup value will be false from this particular array. Okay, which is the product range, and then return array would be this headers. Okay, make it absolute, and the last step would be delivered. Okay, and let's close the bracket. So if you see the first example, we have 2 steps completed awaiting pickup. Now this is in transit. Once it is completed, then it is out for delivery, as you can see here. And once it is checked out for delivery, it means it is delivered. But what happens once the product is delivered? The customer found that it is not appropriate or any other reason, so he or she is returning that product. So when I check mark this checkbox, so instead of delivered, it will be returned. Okay. So for that, we will be adding one more function, that is simple if. And we will say that if this cell is equals to true, then write return, otherwise in value false. We will be using the logic of XLOOKUP. Okay. So once if it is returned, so you can see the status is returned, otherwise it is delivered, right? So we will copy and paste this formula, and now you can see that it is working absolutely fine, right? And if it is returned, so let's return. Okay. What more you can do is, let's say you can apply the conditional formatting as well. So all those product which has been returned, that should mark as a red row. So for that we can use conditional formatting. So we will select this entire data and we will go to home, conditional formatting, new rule, and we will select this last option. Okay. Use a formula to determine which cells to for format, and we will write a very simple logic here, equals to, if the status per cell, we will make the column absolute but not the row. If this particular cell is equals to return, then if this logic is true on the back end, then we will go to the format and we will say that make it red or any other color you want to apply. Make it bold and font color would be white. And let's say OK. So now you can see that two rows which has been returned has been highlighted. Right? Similarly, I can show you here as well. Right? And again, we can check the tracker as well. So all these steps are being completed 100% and that is delivered. So that's the logic for progress. We have used two functions, COUNTIF and COUNTA. And for the status, we used XLOOKUP. And we have also applied the condition for return status as well. So this situation can be replica, or this particular technical logic can be replica into another business logic as well. For example, in an HR situation, I have also created HR hiring and employee tracker. So we have called certain candidates and we have notified them through email and SMS. The written test has been conducted and we have called them for the interview and they have presented for the interview. And what happens if someone is absent? So you can see that when I click absent here, the status is turned into absent and that is being highlighted row, right? With the help of condition formatting. And we can go with the smooth processing. Let's suppose you can see that first step has been completed 25% written test. Next, then call for interview, present for interview, and then completed right, or otherwise it could be absent. So these steps will not be there. So I hope you have understood the logic, how to make progress percentage and the status with the help of these functions. And we have also explored conditional formatting and the checkboxes from the Insert tab. That's the new functionality or feature added in Excel 365. Thank you.